Thank you for those beautiful readings tonight on grace. You read partly from 1 Corinthians. By the grace of God, I am what I am. And that full quote is from Paul, where he says, "For I am the least of the apostles, that am not meet to be called an apostle, because I persecuted the church of God. But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain. But I labored more abundantly than they all, yet not I, but the grace of God, which was with me." I can hardly read that without feeling like I'm going to cry. It is so beautiful to think about what Paul said. He knew he was nothing. He had persecuted worse than nothing, really. He had persecuted the Christians. And yet, by God's grace, and by the fact that he worked hard at it, it wasn't easy to get over that past. But by God's dear grace, look what he did. Look what he has given us. It is truly something to be so grateful for, and to see God's grace in action. I had not been at all familiar with those two beautiful verses, but one evening a few of us had gone to a movie called The Express, and it started out about a little boy living in poverty. I believe it was in Pennsylvania, and it seemed that his grandfather was taking care of him. And in the morning, they would sit at the kitchen table and pray and study the Bible. And in that movie, the grandfather read those beautiful verses to that little boy. By the grace of God, I am what I am. And that little boy had great athletic ability, and he would run alongside of the trains, and he could run faster and faster. And when he grew up, he was quite a good football player and won the Heisman Trophy. It was a beautiful story, especially that beginning. But we all have this. It doesn't matter what our background is, wherever we came from, what mistakes we have made, what sorrow we might have endured. By the grace of God, we are what we are. God's grace, God's amazing grace. So I'm so grateful for those readings, grateful for the beautiful music and testimonies, and to be with you all tonight.